So I hope you guys were able to find a few rectangular prisms in the classroom. I think that everyone was like, oh, it's a tissue box. This is a rectangular prism. This tiny package of sticky notes, this is a rectangular prism as well, okay? So today we're going to be finding the volume of a rectangular prism. So the last week we have spent trying to find the surface area, and it's just how much space is around the outside of this shape, okay? That's what surface area is. But today we want to find the volume. And so volume, it's what's inside, okay? And we measure volume by cubic, this is going to be inches, by cubic inches, okay? Or cubic meters or cubic miles, however, whatever unit of measurement is. And so think in your mind about what a cube is, okay? And so a cube, it's a perfect square. So we're talking about like a square inch, not just like how long it is or how long and how tall it is, but all the way around like 1 cubic inch. So how many cubic inches are inside of a rectangular prism? Raise your hand if you did this in 5th grade. You found the volume. You should have, okay? But in 6th grade it's a little bit different because we're going to be working with fractions. And so as long as you are fine with fractions, you will be very successful today. So I'm going to remind you of a couple of things with fractions, and it will help you with your assignment, okay? So to start off with, you guys can go ahead and draw out your rectangular prism. Just a reminder, I drew out 2 rectangles and then I connected them. So I have 5 steps here to find the volume of a rectangular prism. So step 1 is you're going to write the formula. So the formula for finding the area, or not area, for finding the volume of a rectangular prism is volume equals, it's called length times width times height, okay? So we want to know the length, usually that's what we would call the base, the width, how deep is it, and then the height, how tall is it. And then step 2, it should be plug, not plus in numbers, I don't know how you're going to do that. Plug in your numbers. Step 3, you're going to change your mixed numbers into an improper fraction. If you forgot how to do that, good news, we're going to go over it again today. Yay. And then step 4, you're going to multiply your fractions top to top, bottom to bottom. You guys know how to do that. And then finally, step 5, change the answer back into a mixed number. Okay. So I have a couple of numbers here. Sorry, I want a specific number, but I apparently misplaced my journal. Sorry, guys. Okay, so we're going to go ahead and solve for the volume. How many tiny little squares, or how many tiny little cubes can fit inside of this shape right here? So we're going to go ahead and fill it out. Step 1, we're going to write out our formula. Go ahead and do that with me. It's volume equals length times width times height. And then, oh, I apologize, and I actually want to change one of these numbers, guys. It's going to be 8 and 1/3. Sorry. Wait, I just found my notebook. Sorry, friends. I changed it with my last class, and I want to make sure that you're getting the better one. Just kidding. It's 8 1/2 and 4 1/3. Sorry. Okay. 8 1/2 inches, and then 4 1/3 inches. Okay? So we're going to plug in the numbers that we know. So we're going to copy down volume equals, so my length here, it's 4 1/3 times the width, which is 4 inches, times the height, which is 8 1/2 inches. So at this point, we're going to go ahead and change these. Oh, actually I need to back up. So I am not as concerned about you making sure that you're putting the length in first, then the width and the height. You want to just make sure you're working with all 3 numbers, okay? So make sure that you have all 3 numbers to work with when you are solving this. And then we're going to change these into mixed numbers into improper fractions. For my friends who need the reminder, I'm going to show you what that's going to look like with my first mixed number. And when I write this out, I actually take up 2 lines, one for my numerator, one for my denominator, just so that way I can keep my work neat and nice. Okay? So the way that we do that is we're going to take our bottom number here. What is the bottom number called? A what? Denominator. So I'm going to take my denominator and multiply it by my big number, my whole number. What is 3 times 4?
12.
12. And then I'm going to add it to my top number or my numerator. So 12 plus 1 is what?
13.
Good. So I have 13 thirds. Okay, so I'm working on step 3 right now. 13 thirds times. What is my whole number? I have 4 right here. Am I going to write it as what?
4 over 1.
4 over 1, yeah. 4 over 1. 4 is going to go on the top, 1 is going to go on the bottom. And then I have 8.5. With your partner, I want you to decide what this mixed number is going to be. Okay, I need all eyes up here in 3, 2, 1, and 0. Tell me, what is this going to be as a mixed number?
17 over 2.
17 over 2. Perfect. 17 halves. Good. So now I am at step 4. So what do I need to do, guys? Everyone turn and tell your neighbor what I need to do for step 4. Okay. So now I'm ready to multiply top to top, bottom to bottom. Friends, all I care is that you really are multiplying the top numbers and then the bottom numbers. When you do that, I don't necessarily care about the order. If you see two numbers that work together are easier for you to multiply, great, multiply them first. In this case, I don't really see an advantage either way, so I'm just going to work my way from left to right. So I'm going to start with 13 times 4, because I don't know what that is. What is 4 times 3?
12.
12, carry my 1. 4 times 1?
4.
What?
52 is 4 times 1.
4 times 1.
4.
Plus 1.
5.
There we go. There's our 52.
Yeah.
So volume equals 52. And what is 3 times 1?
3.
3. 52 thirds. So I took care of these fractions right here. Am I done?
No.
No. I have one more fraction I need to multiply by, so I'm going to do 52 times 17 halves. And I don't know what 52 times 17 is, so I'm actually going to work it out. 52 times 17. 2 times 7 is what?
14.
Carry by 1. 7 times 5?
35.
Plus 1?
36.
Good. There's 36. 0 is going to hold my place. And 1 times 2?
2.
1 times 5?
5.
Good. Then I add it together. 4 plus 0?
4.
6 plus 2?
8.
And 3 plus 5?
8.
8. Okay. So now I have volume equals 884 over, what's it going to be over?
6.
6. Good. Because 3 times 2 equals 6. So then, at this point right here, not done yet, I know. So then at this point right here, and I have a couple hands up there like, oh my gosh, I can reduce. I love that you want to reduce. So we want to change this answer into a mixed number. Do we remember how to do that?
Yeah.
There's like a nice long pause. Yeah. Okay. So I'm going to show you how we're going to do that. So we're actually going to do some division right here. We're going to do 884 divided by 6. Okay. So remember how this line right here, we can read it as 884 divided by 6. So we're actually going to do that back now. 6 can go into 8 how many times? Once. 1 times 6?
6.
6. 8 minus 6?
2.
2. Check it, make sure. This is an important step. People have been missing this all day. 2 is smaller than 6, so I'm going to bring down my 8. 6 can go to 28 how many times?
4.
4. Yeah. 4 times 6?
24.
24. 28 minus 24.
4.
Good. Check it. Is 4 smaller than 6?
Yeah.
So what do I do next?
Bring down the 4.
Bring down my 4. 6 can go into 44 how many times?
7.
7 times 6?
42.
42. 44 minus 42?
2.
2. Okay, and this, everyone's turn and look, because this matters. At this point, lots of people want to be like, bring your decimal up, add a 0, bring it down. And I know, like, because that's the way that I've taught you to do it, but we're actually working in fractions today, okay? So we're not going to add any zeros. We're going to take our numbers just the way they are, and we're going to have our answer that way. So I have 3 numbers here. I have 147, I have a 6, and then I have a 2, okay? Do we know which one is my whole number?
1.
What's my whole number?
147.
Okay, go ahead and write that in your math journal. Whole number. Okay, and then I know I have a fraction here. Who's on the top and who's on the bottom? Who's on the top, who's on the bottom? Raise your hand if you think that 6 is on the top. Raise your hand if you think that 6 is on the bottom. Perfect, yeah. So it's going to be 2 on the top, 6 on the bottom. Am I done? No. Does this number look perfect? No. It looks really good, but does it look perfect?
No.
What can I do to this so that it would be perfect? What do I do?
Reduce.
Reduce. Let's simplify. So my volume is going to equal 147 and what?
1/3.
1/3. And then we're working in inches. And so my friend Sonny, when he was in my class this morning, he said, oh, it's inches cubed, and we write it with a 3. It's 3 because it's like 3-dimensional. Or you can look at it and say, how many inches do I see? I see 1, 2, 3. 3 labels. 1, 2, 3. Does that make sense? So it's going to be inches cubed. This is what you're going to spend the majority of your assignment doing, is this right here. Okay? Finding the volume. You will have a couple of problems that will look a little bit different, and I want to give you that example as well. What's up, Katie?
So like it doesn't matter if like the denominators are the same or not.
What do you mean?
Like it doesn't matter like
You have to change the denominators to be the same.
it doesn't matter.
Because you're multiplying.
You're multiplying, yeah. That's what I want to do. Okay. So what I need everyone to do right now is draw another rectangular prism. And then I'm going to just lightly color in the one that I see on the bottom. This is the one that I see on the bottom. Okay. So in your assignment today, they're going to give you a couple of problems that will look like this, where they're going to shade in one rectangle, and then they're going to say, hey, this rectangle right here is 12 meters squared, and the height of it is 3.5 meters. English, Foxy, I shouldn't be able to hear you. Oh, Hunter, I shouldn't be able to hear you. Okay. Okay. So at this point, you guys need to be able to look at it. So originally our formula is see the habit I'm in, volume equals length times width times height, right? If we were to be finding the area of this rectangle right here, it would be length times width. Yeah. It would be length times width, and then we would have meters squared. So actually, they kind of already skipped a step for you. They already found the area. They already did the length times width. So what do I have left to do?
Times height.
Times the height. So I'm going to take my 12 meters squared times 3.5 meters. Okay? So when I multiply this, it's going to be volume equals 12 over what? 1 times, what is 3 halves? Tell your partner what 3 halves is as an improper fraction.
So that's 7/2.
Okay, everyone tell me, what is it?
7/2.
Yeah, 7/2, 7 halves, good. So then we're going to multiply top to top, bottom to bottom. Do you guys know what 12 times 7 is?
Yeah.
You know your 12s?
Yeah.
You guys are awesome, what is it?
84.
Good job, 84 halves. Is this perfect?
No.
No. I can actually divide both of them by 2, right? To simplify it. And 2 divided by 2 is going to give me 1, so I don't need to worry about it. What is 84 divided by 2 going to give me?
42.
42. What am I working in? What's my measure of measurement? Meters. And is it just 42 meters?
Cube.
42 meters squared?
Cube.
Oh, 42 meters cubed. Okay? Once your math journal matches mine, I need to open on the corner of your desk.